Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2. And it's very, very strange to say this is Matchday 20. Where has the time gone? Where has the time gone? I am absolutely not sure at all. What I do know is we've got a commentary debut on today, a co-commentator who joined the league about maybe 4 or 5 matches ago, located down there in the cereal crop region of the table, which is just cordoned off on its own, Mr. Mike Savage. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mr. Horse.
How are
Good
you
evening,
today?
everybody else.
Fifey's here. He's ready for it. Yeah, how are you doing anyway, Mike?
Yep, all good. All very good. Very pumped up tonight. Optimistic.
And what's your beverage of choice for the evening?
Rum.
Ooh, very nice.
Captain Morgan's.
Captain Morgan. And yet tonight, what are you going for? Is it Captain Mendez?
He's not captain, but he's in the team. He showed a bit of grit last time.
He did from defence, indeed. Oh, it'd be Captain Whitley, of course. Captain Jeff.
Oh yeah, Jeffers. He won't be losing the band anytime soon.
And Rob is here, Lord Horse of Swimshire. How did you know? I got that title. I think Deed Paul was fairly cheap, so I went for it. But yeah, good evening, Rob. Welcome. I do know, obviously, last night, we won't talk about your result from last night, but what we do know is your team always entertains us. And Chris Marsh, shame he didn't play. Got to say, shame he did not play. So I'll go back to today's fixtures. Round 20. I never really thought we'd say we reached round 20 on the league. It's I don't know. It's kind of shocked me that we've reached this far and people are still taking part in the league and other people are interested. So yeah,
It's the place to be. It's the place to be.
I've been enjoying this. So your internet history on the last Zoom call. Yeah, me deep polling. So yeah, Mike. Today's games, obviously, Otis versus Dalgety Rangers is massive, isn't it? With your team up against the absolute leaders. But what other games are attracting your attention?
There's a lot of room for upset tonight. I think all the top four games. There's definitely room for some upsets.
Yeah, the bottom four all at home, and deed bowling. That's what I like to call it. And then the top four all away. And as I've referred to about 500 times today in my messages.
Everybody was away, weren't they?
Yeah, they're all playing. Yeah, because everyone, I had the top four away and the bottom four away. And I don't know how you do that within 7 games unless you got a 7-team league.
I think we're all nipping round to Stackington's going to borrow the pitch for a bit, I think.
Stackington versus 76 is that absolute mid-table battle there. So yeah, just thinking about it really, I mean, Radaby versus Real E could be the big one for me in terms of two teams really close in abilities. I keep saying the word really, and this team's coming up, but it's not intentional. Do you see Radaby making their way up the table after this one?
I'm a big Radaby fan. Last game there was some definite promise there. I can see him. I can see it. I can see it.
You're a bigger fan of Radaby than maybe the manager is. I think it'd be interesting. I know Steve's putting his concept out for next season very soon as well. Tato is here. Good evening, Tato. Anyone who's missed it today, Tato, new manager of Astor Athletic in the Super League, and he's roped me in as, I don't know, assistant chief medical officer or whatever title I've been given. I'm happy to be involved in that one, definitely, and a way back towards the Super League that I was in for about 4 or 5 games at the very beginning as Stackington. They were taken over by Alf at Astor Athletic, and there we are. I'm assistant at Astor, so fantastic. Assistant at Asda would be an interesting one. Let's get started for this round anyway. And me up first. Why not? Yeah, go on. Up first for tonight. So Stackington versus 76ers. I mean, There's
It's
some
a
clear,
weakened squad, that.
there's some clear big reds there, aren't there?
Probably like me last week, struggling a bit on the defence front.
Yeah, if we take a little look into what their team's gone for, this is the first time I believe that they have been playing three at the back, and I I always pick my team before looking at the opposition. I haven't changed my setup, so there's nothing about that at all. But I mean, I didn't expect that at all.
No, I mean I'm a big fan of the backwards arrow, but not sure about that dinky little one there.
The little dinky Takanadi arrow.
Yeah,
Takanadi was at his best earlier in the season playing that backwards arrow with a back four,
just nipping back
and
to give West a bit of a cuddle, a bit of a reassurance when the other team's got the ball.
yeah, I suppose it stops Taribo from getting booked too many times. I mean, how's he been doing this season? He's only played three starts in the league, six in the cup, three in the league. He's taking an average of a yellow card every 3 games, so it's not too bad. But yeah, he's certainly, if you're looking at players that can come in and replace Nestor and Cannavaro, having Taribo West there isn't too bad, is it?
No, it's not too bad an option, is it, to have really West on the bench.
Yeah, better than Fred anyway. But looking further forward, Nicky Franco out, Nedved out, but up front today, Kesman and Sigalko put back together again. I mean, quite often with this team, we've had Del Piero playing up front and Sigalko to come on for Del Piero. So there's certainly something different happening tonight, and I like it as well. I've been speaking with Lord Hughes before the game, and there's certainly some anticipation about this game of being a way to try something new, and why not do it against me?
Shows confidence.
Paolo Maldini's captain, by the way. Just want to make sure that goes into there. So let's have a little look and just check. Yep, substitutes are sorted. They're all lined up for tonight. We'll get into the match. We're stuck into today. I mean, last time out, the 4-1 win over Los Aracas saw that Didier Gap played a central role, and Vorodenkov came in. This is while I've got the absence of Romoshenko in midfield. But today, a Gap moves back out wide. Nikiforenko's pulled further back, and it allows the Doctor in.
The Doctor is in.
And why not? Yeah, I think Doctor Kamalo deserves having a chance. He was put into this squad for a reason, and he's only making his second league start of the season. Not a star, but to me, he's worth something.
To me, he's pretty better than the squad. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see today maybe. I don't know. I think this will be a close one. Have you got a prediction? And anyone in the chat with predictions as well?
Ooh, I've got to go for Stackington victory. I think 3 now.
76ers in a beautiful orange kit. I think you should be giving them a goal. I think they should get an automatic goal
3-1
for
then.
that.
Somebody's
Yeah.
going to get the glare in their eyes there, aren't they?
We do know, of course, that 76ers are notoriously low scorers, and Stackington are one of the better scorers in the division. But at the same time, I mean, they're not that far apart, surely. Let's get started. Chat-wise, we had a lot of 4-0 Stackington from Tato. Good evening, Scott. He's continuing the food theme from last night, I think. Just chucking in.
Excellent.
Tato is saying, good to have you on comms, Mike. Enjoying you so far. We all enjoy a bit of Savage, don't we? With it. Much more Mike.
It's all a bit of bants.
The viewers have just suddenly risen up here. We were on -3 at one point, and now it says concurrent viewers. We've got 6. So yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Kicking off the match, and it's been a very, very slow start to the game, but 76ers look more lively with a chance of it. No shots yet. Coming towards a quarter of an hour mark with an offside. Yahya scores the opening goal. Musa Yahya scores in another start for the team. Great play from him. Taribo West does take his booking, which we've been talking about before the game. Van Nistelrooy's had a chance. But yeah, Musa Yahya continuing his good run so far. Balmer scores to make it 2-0. The 3-0 that you originally said looks quite potential at the moment. Fifey's listening to Ed Sheeran. Someone's got to. And, a chance there. And it was close for 76ers to pull one back into this game. They do need one at this point. And Stackington holding out towards half time. Nothing happening really. Being quite calm. 76ers with a chance. Kesman Romano. Both of them coming close to scoring. But nothing going for them. And then down the other end, half time, 2-0. Look at the ratings. You know that.
Pretty one-sided, isn't it?
Yeah,
Look at the ratings. There's been chances, though. It's
I
only
would say
2-0.
so. Carlos Gamera again taking the 6. He tends to be the one who gets the lowest ratings in the team. That is an absolutely diabolical rating for someone. I usually see at least one whole mark above that in the course of a season. But yeah, I would say Stackington just making the most of their chances.
Edging it, but 76 is definitely still in it.
Yeah, I would fully agree with that. They're just been caught offside too many times. Looking into what's going on there. Oh, too many offsides. 8 offsides for the team in the first half. And we've got interesting one here, of course, just in the chat. 5 feet commenting with Tato about working on their Monday Swemp special. Yep, it's Monday night. Remember, there's just 2 matches in Division 1 being played at this point. There's no Tuesday games because I'm otherwise not in the world. But yeah, Monday night we've got Badgers versus Flamingos at the Battle of the Animals. Yeah, so Mike, taking a look at these goals, Yahya with a he's managed to get in and from a gap, playing him in, and he scored a nice goal there. And then after that, he set up Balmer. He's having a good first half.
He's done very well to get up above Buffon.
He has. I don't know how tall Wilfred Balmer is, but you must have quite the leap on him.
Extra spring at the bottom of his studs.
And no one has yet penetrated Queen. Queen? That's the first time I've going Queen. Keen.
Who does? Who does?
Yes, it doesn't happen much these days. So just checking, Dr. Kamalo was just unfit, I imagine. Yeah, he'll be fine. 76ers, they'll be continuing as they are. Takanadi is the one who's putting in the challenges in that position with the backwards arrow.
It just goes to show just how much I actually know.
Yeah, he's doing the work that Taribo West would otherwise be doing, and West is looking like a bit of a liability at the moment with that yellow card. Do you think with West and Van Bommel on cards that we're going to see a red?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, could very well do.
And whether it's one of them or just randomly pick out Njai getting a red card for Stackington, we shall see. The second half, 15 minutes before substitutes. Will we have more of the same? Yeah, we will. We have 76ers trying to get themselves back into the game, which has been sort of the story towards the end of that half. And we're approaching the substitute time. Another chance, and Van Nistelrooy has made it 3-0. Very comfortable now with half an hour to go, and Buffon having a small nightmare.
He's playing on his knees. That's how he'll be able to get above him. He's still knelt down.
Playing on his knees. That's a nice way to describe that, isn't it? 76ers have 2 planned substitutes, and I wouldn't be surprised if we. I'm just looking at it thinking. Yeah, one of them was planned as Marquinhos for Balmer, so it's actually making perfect sense. I was thinking Balmer's going to need to come off. Yeah. He's injured, but Marquinhos for Balmer is a planned sub with his shin injury. And the other one is Del Piero for Kesman. And Kesman at 90, just checking Sigalko's not injured. He isn't. So Del Piero for Kesman, the worst superhero in the world. Keem's on a 10. Where's that come from?
I the ratings can be a bit of a mystery sometimes, can't they?
He's put in 4 saves. I don't. I've never seen a goalkeeper on 10 with that little work to do. But yeah, Stackington substitute wise, yeah, I'm not even looking at when the next fixtures are. We haven't looked. I will look after this game to not put myself at an advantage or anything like that. I'll look after this match as to when the next fixtures are. Substitute, Kamal is going to come off, and on will come off Kirsten, and we'll go 2 up front again, which happened last time out. Van Nistelrooy play the attacking midfield
Yeah,
on his
drop.
own, and with a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
train. I was watching Big Train the other day. Yeah, it was great to
Loving the
see that
train.
again. Yeah,
Just needs a little end eye run.
push him all the way forward. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
watching the
go
on
for Keane while you're at it.
BritBox for a bit of Big Train. It was well worth watching. Kamuna on the bench still, not getting many games this season. Let's see how the rest of this game turns out. And it's quiet. It's certainly very quiet. I don't know any other words to use. Chance there for Sigalko. He's still on the 3-0. I forced you into saying 3-1 by saying it was a nice kit. Yellow card there for Gamera. He's picked up to a 7 and taken a card, so something positive about him, but it's still a very competent performance for Stackington, keeping that top half place, and we'll go into the next round of the games with an 8-point gap over the bottom half of the table. Keane's made a good save in the wet, and we are at full time 3-0
Yeah, there
to
we are.
Stackington. Yahya man of the match, and that's for the first time this season that he's taken it. But he's been a real find.
A bit of Yaha, yeah.
Yeah, he's. I think he plays in the Polish league or something to begin with, and yeah, I just thought never had him before. He looks like he's got some decent characteristics about him, so let's give him a chance, and that's
Yeah,
where we are.
found myself singing about him after last game.
76ers looking like they were, the result is much different to the actual match, isn't it?
I don't know, when you look at it though, it's same goals, same shots on target and what have you, but you look down rest of the stats and it's does start weighting in Stackington's favour, definitely.
Yeah, we beat them on throw-ins. Just that's the best way to do it. Just beat them on throw-ins, and you'll win the game.
Yeah, a
That's
bit more action, bit more pressure.
it. Inheritance with the flamingos was not generous. No, being given the flamingos as your way in is it's a free pass, isn't it, to play around till the end of the season because a team with no points. I mean, it's actually getting the flamingos is probably worse than getting the Oties, isn't it?
Depends which way you look at it, doesn't it? I mean, you got a team with 0 points, then you can't do no worse, can you?
No, you've got no chance of doing worse than your previous manager unless you're going to hit record defeats. And I don't think
True,
5 feet. I
true.
don't think it's possible for 5 feet to do a poorer job with the
No,
manager
no,
there.
I think on certainly on recent form, yeah, it's not going to happen, is it?
No, and Otis have improved hugely as well recently. So there's positives about both new manager additions here,
Yeah.
and the next manager does come in. And if they do come in, obviously we've got 28 managers who are all pretty committed at the moment, which is great. The next manager or two in line are looking like they could do an equally good job. So great stuff. Yeah, so Van Nistelrooy, it's an assist from Yahya again. So what a game. He's had 2 assists and a goal. You're muted, mate. There we
Yeah, yeah.
are.
No, got a special hatred for the man at number 10.
Van Nistelrooy. I won't play him up front. I won't play him up front for the rest of the season. I haven't done for about 5 or 6 games now. And he's actually proven to be a very, very good attacking midfielder this season recently. I mean, you take the 8 off there, 10-7, 10-9, 9.
Hell of a form, man, isn't it?
Not bad at all. and that's all playing in attacking midfield. So something about Rude that's working.
Maybe just them two key passes that have just nicked it.
Indeed. And take a look at the 76ers side. What strikes you as... I mean, I know what the issue is in my mind, but what strikes you as the issue with 76ers?
It's hard to say, isn't it? I think the subs that were made, they haven't really done much better than what was on the pitch already, have they? It's
Yeah,
just not.
Nakin's
Kesman
passing's
just
been
wasn't
pretty
involved.
useful. Kesman was a passenger, an absolute passenger during the
Yeah.
game, indeed. And for the rest of them, really, they just can't score. And it's something that, Loz and I, we laugh about it, really, that this team is a good squad. They can beat teams in other competitions quite comfortably. And as soon as it comes to the league, they just forget how to shoot and how to score goals. And that is their issue. That is the big issue. Let's go into match
And
two now.
the passing rate's not
That's
fantastic.
it's really, really short, isn't it? But yeah, I suppose when you compare it to their opponents, Dr. Kamal played an hour and only made 8 passes. Well, tried 8 passes. He is certainly feeling his age now, isn't he? He'll be a good sub, but I don't think he'll start again this season, especially when Romoshenko comes back. Next game, Radaby Really. The game I called has been a pretty good one, and for Radaby, changes only one as far as I'm aware. I think it's Veron out and Lee Boyer in due to that suspension.
The good
Oh,
old
there is
inward
another one.
arrows.
There is
The good
another
old inward
change.
arrows.
Yeah, you like the inward arrows. I think the other change is involving. I think Nikiforenko's come into the team this game. I know I've done exactly what Steve's asked to do anyway, but yeah, the inward arrows, which were used by Rio Lee at first, and a few other teams are going for it. And it's what's interesting about it is when we look at Rio Lee, they're not playing it tonight.
Has it been abandoned for good reason?
We'll have to see. We will have to see. Doctors suffering with that 1% government pay rise. Yeah, I think this. I don't know, what could you say? He's just aged, doesn't he? We never looked at the result last time between Really and Stackington. I forgot to look at previous results before. Last time these played each other, Really beat Radaby 2-0, and Taribo West, who we talked about last game, was sent off. So we'll see how they get on today. But Really have gone for a change of system, and it involves 3 centre backs now and 2 centre mids moving out wide.
Yeah, big fan of them arrows. Use them to very little effect myself, but it might actually work with these players. So
Players who are actually good rather than intrinsically good, I suppose, would be
yeah,
the way to describe it.
Rocco's tried Giggs' little run inside there.
Did Jackson try coming inside as well?
He tried, but he's always on the outside. He's never ever on the inside.
And now he's dead. We'll take a look at this match. I think this will be an interesting one. I mean, for me, I don't think I can call it. If I was to call it, I think I'd say Radaby would win. But we know how good Really have been this season.
Yeah, I said earlier, I'm fan of Radaby. That's got to be got to go for a Radaby win on this one. I think it's going to be tight though.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
For a 2-1, I think.
Radaby 2, Really 1. Carl Eric Nielsen. Don't know if I might have seen Carl Eric Nielsen refereeing this season. Not entirely sure. Fifey making reference to Badgers having Alex Manninger up front in the game yesterday, and of course Manninger scored, didn't he, at the end of the game yesterday? The first goalkeeper to score in
To
open
absolute
play.
rapture, yeah.
But I mean, I do apologise that the chat is just nowhere near as fun as last night, but it's certainly active between it's sort of a 2 or 3 way conversation going on. That's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
Tato going 1-0
Alpenshira,
Really.
go. Yeah.
I think what we need to do is we need to provide a theme for the weekend's chats. Footballers with the names of, I don't know, road signs or something. Well, something better than that. But anyway, here we go. Yeah, I'm not talking because nothing's happening. But we got it.
Quiet.
Collins, I think it is. It's just missed the first chance of the game there. It's a very quiet start to the game, and then one chance. It's a penalty turned down. Penalty turned down. Then Nikiforenko coming forward for
Clear dive.
Rugby. Khan couldn't hold the ball. Veron's had a couple of chances really, and they're just holding out there, Rugby at the moment. It's very, very even. Both teams doing a decent job. And is it what big weekend isn't? Oh, really? You've scored. Van
Oh,
Nistelrooy it is that scored the opening goal. I was reading 5-piece chat there. Big weekend, is that like the Radio 1 kind of thing, or is that just you and your big weekend? I don't know. But it's still 1-0 to really, and looking at the ratings, they've
it's a
just edged it.
tight game, like we said.
Yeah, I think we expected what we've got, and here we are. Really,
Yeah,
two
look at
shots.
that.
Yeah, it's very, very close, isn't it? Talon Martin is incredible. He's on a big weekend. Didn't realise he was an artist. Yeah, a nice one. Radio's big weekend with Talon Martin featuring who? Who's he singing with?
Ed Sheeran, wasn't it?
Talon Martin and Ed Sheeran thing. Yeah, this is a good one. Let's take a look at the goal late in the half. This is me. The mouse just randomly clicking itself. So Van Nistelrooy's got it into the box, taken on Milevski. So in the box, he's taken on Milevski and Cannavaro and scored. That's pretty tight work that he's done there. He's got to be pleased with that goal. And for
Maybe
Ranaby,
Molesky wants to actually play a tackle rather than show his intentions.
yeah, what was he doing? He's won 3 out of 4 tackles. Cannavaro's won 1 out of 3. I suppose that's Milevski. The only tackle he missed was that one. And they've passed the ball a bit, but for Tomadera to not even be bothered to really play today, it's a bit of a shame for them. For really, it's the skills of Ugueke over at the back, isn't it?
It's just very even. There's no obvious gaps there, is there? Kuhl's not up to right much. Not
No,
up to much.
no. Van Nistelrooy's passing is diabolical. 3 out of 12. I mean, if you had to do 3 out of 12 passes, you'd be hauled off pretty quickly, I imagine. It's
I suppose you only want him passing the ball into the net, though, don't you? So it's
yeah, and there he is. He has scored the goal. He makes a difference, as you pointed out quite clearly. I wasn't even looking at the goal tally; just looked at the fact he made 3 out of 12 passes. We'll be going to 60 minutes for both teams, and we'll see if anything can happen in the second half to make it any different. Ronaldinho's taking a yellow card, so there's been a bit of action already. And Lee Bowyer's had 2 chances, and Kirkland has dealt with both somehow. Great work from him. A chance has really come forward. Nothing going. 62 minutes we've reached. Steve has sent no plans for subs, and he's not usually one to do them, so we'll leave them as they are. There's no absolutely killed off players. And for really, I mean, the squad is fit, isn't it? That's a benefit to them. While I just check up what really you're doing, what would you do, Mike, in this situation?
well, I mean, are they that fit, or are they just being a bit lazy? You
Yeah,
know,
just holding out during this game.
I think Kuhl would come off for me, fresh legs in that AM.
Yeah, in
Just bring
my
a bit of
mind,
life.
it would be something like that. And I just go by these subs that are picked out here. So nobody's injured. So who's playing worse out of the two? Viduka is coming up. See, the fact that still they're winning and only one player's made an 8, that's not great, is it? So Hasselbank comes on for Viduka, and then it's Beckham or Veron that's going to come off, and they're both on 7s, so we'll just check them out. in terms of the things they're facing. Yeah, passes quite similar. Beckham's not put a tackle in. Veron's put in plenty. I think Beckham's coming off there. The fact that
Yeah,
Veron's
yeah, I'd
beating
agree
him in
with that.
all areas, apart from maybe passing. So Beckham will come off, and it's Lee Bowyer coming on to play against himself. London Grammar, anybody? I mean, we could. Do you want me to assess your grammar or the musical act? We can.
That's London grammar with 3 question marks.
um, I know of London Grammar. I can't say I know anything by London Grammar because I'm old. Here we are. It's 30 odd minutes. Well, 30 odd minutes. About 30 minutes to go, and we started up the game. Van Nistelrooy's had another chance. He is looking a bit more lively. And there it is. Nicky Farinko gets the equaliser straight down the other end, and it makes it 1-1. We're into the last 15 minutes of this game. It's very, very finely poised. Nobody could really call the game beforehand, and we're left in that same position now with 10 minutes to go. It could go either way, and no one's really deserved to win the match. Into these last couple of minutes, will there be one? Van Nistelrooy? Oh no, it isn't. And full time, 1-1. Madeira, absolutely terrible.
That's not good in a team that have got 8s in there, is it?
Not when your
It's
striker.
really.
Your striker has got a 5. Um, yeah, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, it's tight, isn't it? Not much.
Extremely tight. The only stat with anything far apart is throw-ins, which counts for nothing. The ball in play for an hour, really edge possession. Looking into the goal late, well, not that late on in the game. So Tomiya's had a shot that's been parried away, and the Kifrin has put the finish in. So I mean, it's not like he had no shots. He's hit the target with 1 out of 2. He's not been. Is that a 5 performance? He's made a foul. He's been caught offside 3 times. Yeah, I suppose
Seems a bit
maybe
harsh, doesn't it?
5 or 6. Probably a 6 for me. Milevski's done a decent job to put some tackles in with four key tackles and won both of his headers. But yeah, yeah.
Rating a 5, but he's had more shots than anybody else.
And then you look at the opposition. Van Nistelrooy did make his way up to an 8. Ekior kept the 8. Kewell with an assist. And it was a very close game. Very, very close. And I think the result is absolutely fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not much
Top
else to
effort
say
there
about
from
this
both
one.
sides.
yeah, yeah, decent game. Not the most special in the world, but nothing else to say about this one. 1-1. Gondor round here. Now, I'm pretty sure that'll be the name of someone on the database, to be honest. But last time out that Gondor played, they were only beaten 1-0 by 76ers, who were notoriously high scoring. Last time the two sides played each other, round here edged out Gondor, and it was 1-1 at half time. And Ashley Cole missed his penalty. Fifey, a big fan of Gondor after his role there, which was, if he hadn't got a job himself, he'd be still very much involved with Gondor.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean the Gondor form's massively improved, hasn't it? Last
off
few
the bottom of the
games,
table, yeah, that was huge, wasn't
absolutely massive. But don't want to cheer him on too much,
it?
because yeah, the current one team that chasing me up a little bit, but yeah, you can't avoid that improvement.
It's a shame for them that Paulo Sousa's missing today. What do you make of Damien Lacey as replacement?
I don't know much of him. He seems all right. It's a
Yeah,
bit. It seems a bit on the weak side for me, but
yeah, I don't know a lot about him. I think the fact that this right hand column is fairly decent suggests he'd be able to hold himself a bit. But yeah, I don't know much about the guy, to be honest, and I think he is no Paulo Sousa. That's what
no,
we
he
can
can run
certainly
around. He can do some push-ups,
surmise from
but yeah, ask him to pass the ball and it's a bit 50-50.
that. Is Swan on tonight? Swan isn't here himself, but he has picked the side with that one change, and uh, it's um, it's definitely something fine if you want to do that yourself. You can make the subs, I suppose, if you're still involved with Gondor. Uh, I had a message from Quinton earlier saying, "Let me know it's starting." I said, "Will do," and then didn't via a message. I mean, but I did put it on Twitter, and I did say it was starting. Uh, but apologies, semi apologies to Quinton because he'll be in very soon. Lacey does a job lower down the leagues. Lacey, an intrinsic dude, yes, yeah, lots of intrinsic. So if Fifey does want to make the change, if he is still connected with Gondor, I'm happy for him to manage them tonight in this one. Are you happy, Mike, as well, for Fifey to do that?
You're the man. Your decision. I'm not weighing in on that.
He's good. Yeah, you can do that, Fifey. You're in a different division. You're not going to affect him that way. And of course, Swan, condolences to the Swansea side today in defeat to Brentford in the playoff final. For round here, for Jim, today's side sees a few changes. We've got Janino called back into the team again, Alan Smith up front, and I think we've got a switch over of Ronaldinho and Riquelme. I think they were the other way around last time.
It's a hell of a team, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is strong. It is very strong for a team made primarily of Premier League players, not entirely, but I mean we all remember Riquelme's spell at Coventry, which was fairly good, and when Rui Costa had the odd appearance for Fulham, but yeah, it's good. It is good, and Jim being a great addition to the league this season. It's been good to have them in. Do you see Gondor able to do anything against Roundhay?
I'd like to be able to say yeah, I'm a big underdog supporter, but I'd have to give it to Roundhay just on strength of squad.
Yes. Almost had a yawn.
We're going
Almost had
2
a
0.
yawn.
2-0
2
Roundhay, I
nil.
think. Yeah.
2 nil. I'm going for kickoff. And so the early chances come to Riquelme straight off there. And I think we are seeing, I was going to say we're seeing a lot of Roundhay going forward. Traditionally, Roundhay should win by 4, says Fifey. Agat has taken the only yellow card, which of course was early on when Ronaldinho makes it 1 0 though. Ronaldinho 1 0, and Claude Makelele has a yellow card for Gondor. But Gondor are not giving up. Van der Sar's made a couple of saves this game, I think. Made at least one. And it's end to end at this point. Van Nistelrooy going for Ronaldinho's free kick, but nothing going from that. Chance and Lampard, that's a double save there, I think, from Van der Sar. I think it was Romo as well with the other chance. It's certainly been very, very entertaining so far. I think we're going to see a second goal before half time to Roundhay. I'm not entirely convinced that Gondor can hold out for that long. And we're close to half time. Cole with a chance. It's not happened, Romo. Oh, it's so hard to follow all these chances going in. And at half time, it's still 1 0. The goalkeeper's absolute value for money. And look at the number of 8s across the pitch.
Damien Lacey on an 8 as well.
Makalasi. We could call them two in midfield there, can't we? With their 8s going on. Roundhay, plenty of them. And yeah, Gondor have had 3 shots on target, and Roundhay are edging it as we expected, but
Yeah, but they're
certainly,
still well in it.
yeah,
In
not
it.
by the amount that we thought was going to happen, did we? At all. Yeah, the
Must be
action
all those
areas.
dispersions we were casting about Lacey, and he's gone on to do something.
He is doing a quality job. Quality job. Possession wise, obviously edging it around here at this point. Ronaldinho was playing in by Alan Smith, but looked some great work from Agat to begin with. just to bring the ball forward, to keep driving with the ball, moving clear of McLeod. Roundhay, tackles are coming in. Chris Coleman's been a bit wasteful in his challenges, and that's not something we often see.
Yeah, Lacey, the man Lacey himself's missing a fair few as well, though.
He's three out of 4 on challenge. Yes, 9 out of 16 passes isn't superb, is it?
Sorry, yeah, pass rate. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose he don't need to pass when he's what is his passing? 9. 9 for passing. He's got the strength, he's got the tackling, and that's what he's in there. Combative midfielder, as opposed to being somebody who will play like, say, Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira does every job, and he does every job pretty well.
And he is doing there as well, isn't he? Across the board.
So Fifey's calling some subs here for Gondor, and I'm going to veto. No, I'm not going to veto them really. Fallon for Sidibe at half time, and Nardiello for Romo. So someone who believes in doing business early, business Super League kind of time, which works all right for me. Having to get your 2 half time subs in there. We'll go up to 60 if you want to call any more. Then do that. I think Jim has called for 60 minutes. There we are. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
So let's crack on. And Gondor certainly trying to come back into this game. Van der Sar has been holding firm so far, but now this is much more Alan Smith yellow card, much more Gondor than their opponents in the first 15 minutes here. A chance and good save from Van der Sar. And then down the other end, pitch Ronaldinho. We're going to be starting with a corner to Roundhay. Fifey, if you do want to make another change, that's your ratings. And here's your physical stuff. Leitron will be tired as ever, but McLeod is also tiring. I'm going to move on to look at Roundhay subs while you've just seen those stats. Any midfielder or striker with a potential injury or on a 6 or lower. Well, Agat's playing right back, so he isn't a midfielder. And Juninho is just lacking match practice. Rick Helme is not injured. Just to check the stats there. No, that would be a no, wouldn't it, Mike, for subs?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. So no subs for the last half hour for either team. Very nicely poised. And the defence dealt with the corner. Nardiello came forward as well. Lacey, so many players with chances. Penalty! And Cedric van der Hoon has equalised. Unbelievable. Van der Hoon. 1-1, 20 minutes left. And Gondor are looking pretty strong. I don't know if they can hold out for the last 15 minutes. Can they do it? This would be a huge result. This is Stackington's record defeat, 6-0 to Roundhay, by the way, at home. And Gondor are 1-1 with them, with a few minutes left. Riquelme's at the bar. Oh, another chance as well. Willie Gary holding out. Just Van Nistelrooy misses. Down the other end, Nardiello puts it over the bar. Last chances. So, 1-1. What a result. What a result that is.
Well done.
That may be the first applause for a team this season, but how deserved is that? Credit to
Absolute
the
fantastic
Fifey
result.
Swan partnership. Wow. It does look very, very even. 18 offsides is ridiculous. But just, I mean, what? Yeah, that's made me smile that game.
Yeah.
That has
I mean,
made me smile.
You look at the stats. Maybe Roundhay slightly edged it on the stats, but what you do with it?
Yeah, and they've done absolutely what they need to do. Let's take a look at how the penalty was earned. Was it controversial? Was it controversial? Not at all. Saul Campbell straight into the back of Kieran. Kieran Fallon, I was going to call him.
Campbell up to his old tricks again, isn't it?
Wow, that is quite the result. And Cedric van der Hoon's 5th goal of the season. gets that one. I mean, to me, playing at right back for him is, his ratings are dire. His ratings are absolutely dire, but he seems to be enjoying himself playing at right back for a team when he's clearly not a right back.
The magic of the game.
Yeah, yeah,
Magic of the game.
he's
Some
played
of these
every
forwards,
league
like
game
a
this
stem.
season, and he's still unhappy. But at least he doesn't want to leave the club anymore. Any other performances would you say that have caught your eye? I mean, I know what the ratings show, but what about yourself? You need to
Leaning
unmute
into the
there.
screen. Leaning into the screen. Yeah, I mean, I think the two subs were definitely the right two to make from those stats. Definitely, they weren't up to right much. Their replacements have come on and
Done the job,
definitely
yeah.
helped. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Mamadi had a 7 at half time, didn't he? But he hadn't done much, and I know Fallon hasn't exactly been hugely better, but yeah, the subs, the fresh legs, whatever they've had there has done a job. And Fife, you're right there, Willie Guerre has been a different level. Freestone and Guerre this season have both performed very well. I mean, it's 7.5 before the game. Yeah, goals conceded, you can't really take into account too much. And Freestone started off so well, I think Guerre is the right choice at this time of season. And for round here, Vieira winning 10 tackles, Campbell winning 6, but more importantly, giving away that penalty.
obvious. It's his old tricks.
His
Well known
old
for it, that lad.
tricks. Fouling people or going in from
Elbowing
behind.
them, punching them. He's
Bit of
just a
pushing.
generally aggressive man.
He's with the I don't know, feeling that he maybe has the right to be a top class manager at this point. Yes, very very confident man, very confident without the actual what's the word, uh, evidence to back it up. Now, yeah, Van der Sar with a 9 there, Fifey. We're just going to go into the Danglish Osirakas game, and there is a bit of a caveat about this that it's kind of by luck that the Arakas team are okay for today because there hasn't been any setup at all. So I was half expecting that I'd arrive and see injuries in this team or something like that. So they've got lucky that they are playing a totally unchanged team from last time out.
What an anchor.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed the anchor formation. I assume you were referring to Don Hazard with the comment. Yeah, it's.
And there are no instructions. No.
So I am just going to follow exactly what the previous match instructions were for Don Hazard for this one. Last time out, they were destroyed by Stackington. Though last time they played Danglies, they edged them. They edged the Danglies 2-1, and it was a late red card for Laurent Robert. But the first half, all the goals were scored in that first half. A
Danglers put
91st
in a
minute
right
sub.
shift that day, though, didn't they? Right shift.
They did, yeah. I mean, Jimmy Traore played pretty well. He certainly did a decent job. It's probably one of the only times he has. Danglies are slightly concerning me today with their selection as well. To see that they're playing two players in Pellegrino with a facial injury and Barosh with a thigh strain in the first team. I don't think I'd have played Barosh, certainly.
Oh, that's risky. That's risky, that.
It's
Plus, could
very
wear
risky.
one of his fancy face masks, couldn't
Yeah, you could certainly. Well, Pellegrino could put one on, but I don't think it made a difference to Barosh. A
he?
face
No,
mask for his
no, no.
poorly thigh. But I mean, we've got Jimmy Traore back in at centre back rather than left back this game, and Dean Saunders up there with now a 4.75 average rating from his games this season. He's on the up.
The only way is up.
Yeah, yeah.
I like him though. He's a character. He's a character. I'm a big fan of Saunders.
apart from the criminal conviction from last year or whatever, then yeah,
Yeah,
apart from
yeah,
that,
you know.
everything's all right. Let's have a look at how this game will go. Do you have a prediction for this one?
It's a bit of a tough one to call, this one, actually. I'm not liking the two injured players. I think I have to go Irakas, I think. It hurts me to say that.
You're usually an underdog fan, usually a Dean Saunders fan, but today it's the Iraqis. And Fifey goes 3
Has
1
to be.
to Iraqis. Tato going 4-0. Nobody back in Danglies. And the sub may be needed for the first time in a while.
Oh,
Let's see
well,
how they
then Dangley's 2-0. There we go.
go. Switching it round. Early chance for Danglies to come forward. Nothing happening from it. 15 minutes in, very, very calm kind of game. It's not really inspiring, is it? Not really the most inspiring match. This is the first time a team was sent as a video selection of a team for this game, and the fans were cheering on the players as they were called out. But Dagley's not doing anything with
Technology.
that. TT camera is only 5. The absolute technology being used to its best. Bish Chan's on a 5. That's a sign, isn't it? That something's not quite right. But Alan Shearer is the player that's going off injured. He's got to be replaced by a Newcastle player because he's the 5th Newcastle player in
Yep.
that team. So Clivert comes straight on up front. At half time, we're poised. Oh, late chances for Danglies. They've got 3 5s. That's not great.
In a team of 8s, though.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? The defence holding firm and the attacking players doing nothing.
Maybe they're just not getting the supply.
Let's see, TT Camera 20 passes. He's been doing his best, but his best isn't good enough. How is he on a 5? He's won his headers. So 20 out of 26 passes. What else has he done? There's nothing that bad about his performance, I don't think.
Not on there.
It's a strange one. It is a strange one. I think, it's some kind of bias there. Dean Saunders, yeah, I mean, fair enough. He's done a few passes, and that's it. A 5. Bischan, 2 out of 5 tackle. That's not even that bad either. I think Dangley's ratings are a little bit understated when you look at
See, yes.
Pellegrino's. Pellegrino's on a 7 with winning no tackles and only doing 2 out of 3 passes.
It's the Danglers conspiracy again.
David Batty, on the other hand, 40 passes completed. That is, when you put it
In
together,
one half.
you take Camera out and it's almost the same as the opposition. So I'd like to see Batty doing a few more passes in the second half. Alan Shearer's condition of a 5 is slightly concerning. He has a knee
Yeah,
injury.
that's a bad knee injury. He's lost. Maybe he has actually lost his knee.
Oh, not again.
I mean, yeah, it's a bad one. It's not.
We shall see if his knee has come off in a little while. It's poised. Oh, I'm going back to play ratings, of course, at this point. I don't know, this game is just not really. There must be a goal in it somewhere. Must be a goal. But the more it goes on, the more you think Danley's got a chance of snatching something with this game. Yellow card, but nothing coming of it. The subs have gone to 63 minutes. Dangley's, there's no one absolutely miles behind, and there's no sub requests. And for Oracas, they're not losing, so I believe it was an if losing it was, so there are no sub plans there either, because it was purely an if losing situation.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so let's crack on with the last half hour. And I don't know. This game is waiting to kick into life. We're down to 20 minutes to go, and we've been saying that for a little while. I mean, the predictions of goals, goals, goals from people, nothing's going on. Dangley's would be
A
very happy if they can hold out with this.
lot of great Castle Greats go.
Oh, late chance maybe. But we're going to be seeing, are we going to see a 0-0? We are. 0-0. And Walter Samuel has played out a 5 for Los Aracas. That is a surprise. Dudek's man of the match. Dean Saunders on a 5. He still cannot break his average rating to a 5. That's 4.8 now. He's on his way up. But yeah.
Look at them. Iraqis are going to be absolutely fuming with that.
How did they
Absolutely
not score?
fuming.
But I mean, that's it though. It's horses for courses, isn't it? I think maybe if he'd have selected his team, knowing he's playing against Dangley's, it might have been a different situation. But no
No, it
team
was a
in.
strong team put out, though. No, no wrong
Yeah.
with it from last time.
Fifey is not happy there that Dangley's have pulled off that result because it keeps them just behind one goal,
No,
doesn't
no.
it?
But you look at the stats, it's just all Iraqis and nothing come of it. Look at ball in play,
75, it's
75
huge,
minutes.
isn't it, for that? Yeah, it's huge. But yeah, again,
Absolutely nothing.
I don't know, match report. You know, not looking into match report there. Rob, I pressed match report by accident, just to let you know. It was not intentional. Yeah, Paulson and Jow with the shots on target. I mean, that's not a striker. Not a striker. David Thompson was superb with his tackling. He's not a player I would renown as being a huge tackler, and yet he's shoved in 13
Yeah,
successful tackles there.
that's a shift, that, isn't it?
And he's got a 7. I mean, yeah, he's played better than that. He has played better than that. And it's a bit of a shame for him, really. So, yeah, Araka's on the other hand, Batty, his passing cut down a bit in the second half. But he went up to a 7. Ronaldinho played an 8, but why? All he did was jump and miss the ball. That Ronaldinho is such a jumper. He just goes up and down and rarely wins it. So I just don't know. I don't know.
It's just some poor leadership from Walter Samuel there, I think, maybe. Just
Very.
everybody working round him, nothing holding it together.
Is he rated at a 5 because he's usually someone who puts in treble figure tackles in a game? I don't know. I'm confused by this one.
Low pass rate as well, though, isn't it? Low pass rate, no headers, no shots, no effort.
No goals. No goals for the whole team. 0-0. Is that 4 games in already to this round? I think we have 4 games in and just under the hour. So it's actually quite a decent run so far. Trumpton versus Blues. Blues going totally unchanged from last time out where they beat Dangley's 5-1. That's how you do it. And they last time out played Trumpton and lost 2-0 to Veron and Robin. But when you look at Trumpton, you don't look at who played, you look at how they played. And that was what won it for Trumpton
Wow.
last time out.
That's a proper Trumpton formation, that. Proper Trumpton.
Today, Trumpton have gone for a setup that is something a bit different as well. But just a reminder of the Blues team, it's it's up there in the top 2 in the league for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah, enough said in it when you look at that side.
Yeah, weak link in that one. No,
Yeah,
that's,
just no.
that's the word.
It's not a discussion, is it? There isn't a weak link
I mean,
in
for
that
me, if I'm
side.
picking one out, it's Totti in centre mid, and people have said that in commentary, and I've agreed. And then he's been playing pretty well, so he's completely thrown away everybody's criticisms.
I like him in there.
Yeah,
Just like you say, he's doing a good job. 10, 9, and
maybe
8
it's the
last 3.
place. Maybe that's where he should play. I don't know. Quinton is here at last. He's been busy. He has to blow dry his hair, his long mane, He's got. He's not a horse. He's not a horse, but
You're taking tips from Robbie.
yeah, he's just arrived now after washing the strengths back in. Uh, let's see how Trumpton have set up today, which of course is always interesting. Last time they were beaten by Really, and they played a team without arrows, and it
I
was a
will
very
be upset.
defensive setup.
I'll be genuinely upset if there's no arrows.
And of course, every time I go to a Trumpton team, I always make sure that I've checked, and I go through it again and again, doing this. So I'm going to keep the formation up there. It is different. It is very different. Here it is.
Yes.
No strikers.
Yep. Yep.
Talk us through that one then, Mike. What's your thoughts to that?
I I don't think I've ever seen it, which is
I think they played. I
exactly.
think they played a 4-6 non this season potentially, something like that. But this is the first time that they've done it in a while. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen it. But that's what you expect from a Trumpton formation. You want to see the unknown, and I like it.
yeah. It's quite an interesting one because yeah, there are three centre backs for Blues that are not going to be too well occupied, but the rest of the team, that's basically it said that those three are left on their own. There's 10 Trumpton players up against the 7 other Blues players, and I think that could be quite telling. Last time they did beat Blues, of course, as we've seen, and did they? That is Blues one of their only 2 defeats of the season. So can Trumpton do it again? We know that Big Kid loves his different formations, and he he's unavailable tonight himself as manager, but he sent me his instructions. He's on a stag do,
Be
so very nice.
be interested to see what Henri's
No, it'll be
long
high,
shot
won't it?
starts.
Yeah, 15. 15's not too bad, is it? Not many players have like exceedingly high ones, do they? 15 is good. See if you can do it. Chunks and Blues predictions.
Ooh. Heart says one thing. It says t'other. I'm gonna have to go Blues 1-0, I think.
Keeping up with the pressure at the top of the table. You're wanting Blues to be top of the table after this round, aren't you? Of course, with Dargetti playing yourself. And Quinton's going for 2-1 to Trumpton. You're going 1-0 to Blues. Fifey's saying hello to Quinton and then going 3-1 to Blues. And Tato, if he's still here, will be making a considered prediction. But we'll get started anyway, see how things go. And Trumpton look like they're more lively so far, packing out their own midfield there with a 3-7 formation. One Trumpton, yes, of course, that's what we need to say for them. But Van Nistelrooy has made it 1-0 to Blues, and Quinton giving praise to Fifey for the Gondor result. And of course, Van Nistelrooy's put one just wide as well for Blues, and it seems like Trumpton are trying to get their way back into the game. They're having chances now. Collins has been coming close to scoring. But Nikiforenko with a chance for Blues. Half an hour into the game, it's tight. There's been no real runaways apart from that Stackington result tonight. That's from how things are going. And we've got Zambrotta and West on cards. That's a little bit dangerous at just 40 minutes into the game. Will we get anything before half time? Good block from Lucio. And it creeps to half time at 1-0. And I'd say it's quite even. Again,
Looks been a bit choppy, doesn't it?
it's been a strange one, hasn't it? Really, just how it's gone. Stat wise, yes, there have been chances, and Trumpton have had more of them to say they've got no strikers.
I don't know whether that says more for them or less for Blues, to be honest.
Yeah, Blues have gone. I'm not going to say they've gone off the boil or anything, but they were looking unbeatable early this season, and now they 1-0 up. So I'm not going to say anything negative about them, but they're not the attacking force that they were. Let's have a look at the goal, see how it scored. So Zeriberto playing it to Van Nistelrooy. You've got your absolute assist king, setting up the goal scoring king there. So wonderful for that. Yeah, I mean, they haven't looked too tested.
Ray Parler. What is he doing?
He's doing a calm job, settling the team in there in his central midfield role. He's doing a lovely role. And for the Blues, how things are going for them, other than Van Nistelrooy and Zeriberto, yeah, Vieira's playing the tackles, and Buffon has been needed.
Quite poor performances up front for them, though, isn't there?
Davy Collins and Nikiforenko, the fact that they've only tried 9 passes between them, it shows that they've not really got the ball up there too often, is it? Really, is it?
I
That's
thought
the wrong
Trumpton
word
have
to use.
swamped that midfield, though.
But
So maybe that's what you'd expect.
Swempt is the word, of course, we should be
Swept.
using
Yeah, sorry. It's my pronunciation of it.
there. So Big Kid says if losing after 45 minutes, replace the worst performing attacking midfielder. So Henri Veron Collins. Henri Veron Collins is always not doing much, is he? Looking at how things are going with
Yeah,
Collins.
he's seriously off the boil, isn't
He's done 9. Henri a little bit better. Veron, yeah, it's going to have to be Collins. I know Henri's not made any key passes, but whatever, we'll be taking off David Collins, replacing with Sigalko, and he will go up front. So there is a change. Oh no, not an arrow, an actual up front there. So we'll switch over there. So they are going for one up front. Will this make a difference? Blues. Oh, Kivu has gone off, and they do have a left-sided defender. It's in the form of Tariwa West. So Ibrahim Saeed will come on and replace Kivu. You say that's probably the best way of doing that.
he? Yeah, definitely, yeah.
It's the only one way it can be done. I know West isn't an absolute left back, but he can play there, so he'll do it. And it's it's going to be interesting now. 2 subs already forced into the. Van Nistelrooy makes it 2-0, and everything the attempts has come slightly undone. Can they go? Oh, Vieira's pulled it back to 2-1. This has been a great start to the half for both teams in terms of making this game much more of a spectacle. And sub time now, so Trumpson have made 2 subs, can only make 1 more. At 60, if Duff comes off, if Vince Midfielder comes off, let's have a look at what they need to do. I mean, realistically, does anything need to be done? I don't think anything
Need to
necessarily
be,
needs to
does
be
it?
done, does it? I mean, if Henri might be slightly injured, but I mean, I wouldn't risk someone on 86% coming off at this point. I think I'd leave them as they are. It's an if someone comes off, and they've
Yeah.
made 2 subs, let's keep them safe. Bador tired at 60. The Blues will be taking off one of their defensive 2 then. Tired goes to Collins, I assume. Yep, he will come off, and Collins will come off for Robin. And bad would go to, if we're just taking off 2 players, go to the fact that West is booked and on a 6. And so Walter Samuel will come on in defence.
Yeah.
There we are.
It's a good change.
Played 18, lost 18, scored 6, conceded. Interesting there for Fifey talking Super League setups there. It's nice to see different leagues being involved there tonight. It's an interesting finish to this game. Nicely poised off 1-0. It's kind of an average kind of first half. We've had this game springing into life. It looks like it could go either way still. And Sigalko's come forward. I think they hit the post there, Trumpton. 15 minutes left. Can Big Kid get what he needs to do? Oh, they're talking Swemp. All right. Flamingos. Got you. The real flamingos. Yeah, of course. I thought it's 5 feet practicing. Full time is approaching. Oh, there we are. Continue game is highlighted, but no, we're not continuing. The match is finished. I genuinely thought, guys, we were talking about the record tonight. I thought you were practicing for a match or something. What it would be. There we go. Mike.
It's like my practices.
The Ortiz practice. It's another one of those games where neither team has necessarily deserved to lose from looking at the screen and the ratings at the end.
I think Blues have just about edged it though on the stats. Ray Parler, big
Ray Powell,
letdown.
the only player to play outfield for the entire match and end up on a 6.
Big letdown. Ray.
Big letdown for Big Kid. Everything's quite similar. Just not able to put their shots on target. If they'd had another couple of shots on target, maybe they would have got a goal. But we shall see. Interesting that just during that game, right at the end of that match, that the Blues manager has liked the link to the matches on Twitter. I wonder if he's watched the game, or maybe he's be tuning in and finding his result, or not. Who knows? For Trumpton, stat wise, it's Parler 2 out of 10 for tackles. He just stands out there.
Atrocious, man.
I'd have expected better from Ray Parler. I think he's played reasonably well this season. He's played fine. That is a real letdown for his performance there, and they've done what they can. Vieira's got his goal, which for him this season is his 3rd goal. He's been involved 7 goal contributions in the league. It's not bad at all for someone who's a defensive mid, but you expect Vieira to be everywhere, don't you? I suppose.
Well, he can be anywhere and everywhere.
He is. He's a bit of a machine. And then for Blues, Van Nistelrooy just doing what he needs to do with his shooting, and you see the difference of the fact that Nikiforenko has sat pretty much very patient, did not do much. 3 shots on target, though. He's
Got
done
his
okay.
shots off though, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been fine. Coldplay are so good live. Yes. Hang on a second.
Coldplay and Ed Sheeran.
Coldplay featuring Ed Sheeran would be quite the way forward there. Just set a loud sound in the house. It's probably just like a phone falling or something. Everything else seems normal.
Fantastic live stream. It's like one of them haunted house jobs. I'm very startled.
Yes, what's going on? I don't think there's much else to say about this match. It's been a decent one. Second half.
Edge down.
Second half was certainly the more important bit there. Apart from Totti, 1 header out of 6. Grove versus Athletic. I like the way that the gods of Champ Manager have left your match till last.
Oh, they know what's coming.
So Grove versus Athletic. Big Noopy has run the changes after last time only beating OT's 1-0, which credit to OT's that game, of course. Last time they played Grove, they beat them 5-2, despite the fact that Silvestre went off very late on. They still managed to score a goal after that had happened. It was a look at that last 10 minutes though. We got 3 goals for one team and a red card, and a goal for the other. Nothing happened before 70 minutes other than the fact that Michael Hughes had scored. We need another one of those, don't we, today?
Yeah, we need a big score. Oh.
So gone are the backwards arrows of Giggs and the other winger. So that has gone. Gone is the other sort of backwards arrow of one of these players as well. It's a bit more forward thinking.
very more forward thinking, isn't it? It's, that's very, very exposed in the midfield, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's an interesting one, isn't it? It's like, is it really bare, or have they just got the same number of people as everyone else, but just lined up? It's like, I don't know.
Especially without those backwards arrows as well.
And when it comes to playing against Grove are just a complete unknown quantity out there. You never know what you're going to get out of the side. They can capitulate, or they can completely shock. And last time out, they got the win over 76ers, the team that won the cup, the team that beat Strasbourg 4-0 in the UEFA Cup, and yet Grove come. Did they go from behind to win the game? Yeah, all in that short space of time.
I think maybe Grove are being a bit underestimated there.
It's one of those things that Grove are just gradually plodding along, getting some results at times. They're still missing Smirty, and he is back, but his fitness is extremely low on his recovery from injury at the moment. Otherwise, he'd have been back in the team. And yeah, they've. I don't know.
The anchor.
I still think they're trying to work out the best formation. But yeah, they are anchoring on this one for today. I think they keep having this thing of whichever striker starts is not going to score. Dario Silva got a goal last game coming off the bench, and yet Cole hasn't scored. And his record is starting. Whoever starts doesn't get the goals. Predictions for this one?
Grove win.
A Grove win.
Grove
Athletics
win.
starting to get their shots back in, but
They are.
Grove.
So I think they've underestimated Grove here.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Quinton's going for a 2-1 to Athletic. I think we're going to have another close game tonight. I mean, we've had what? This is game 6. We've had 5 close games. Fifey's also going 2-1. And yeah, is this
3-2 Grove.
Tato going for a 2-0? Is it? You're going 3-2 to Fifey predicting Tato's going for a 2-0. I think it's how it is. And then it's starting off with Grove on the attack. Oh, there was a retake, but was that a free kick or a penalty? I'm not entirely. It was a free kick, I assume. A retake of a free kick. We don't see that very often. Yap Stam has scored the opening goal though for Atleti. 1-0. And yeah, the strikers may not have got going, but Yap Stam has. It's going to be an interesting final part of this game when we get into it, because last time around we just had that one goal early on, and then nothing else happened for ages. And I'm still holding on to the fact that something might be good amongst this. But Atleti holding on at half time, looking the better team. And the quiet man is
Just.
Van Nistelrooy, which Big Noop is all too well aware of, that his Van Nistelrooy isn't performing.
Yeah, well, I don't like him. Don't like him.
This one
just
without.
don't like him. That's all I've got to say about that man.
Have you got a specific reason?
No, it's just like a hatred. I don't know where it comes from.
Hmm. Well, everyone's allowed to. Oh, everyone's allowed to hate people with no reason. I assume.
Absolutely.
Grove haven't put a shot on target. They hate shooting, and Atleti have just had that one with Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy. No, it wasn't Van Nistelrooy. It was Stam. Michael Hughes towards Ferdinand. Ferdinand flicked in Stam with the finish. His first goal for the club. Grove. Sean Davis is. I don't know. Has he been fresh air tackling?
That's just not good enough, is it?
They need Smirtine back. That is
Just not good
absolutely
enough.
key. Yeah, Berkovic, well, he's not been there at the races this game. We know that Grove just seem to have the subs are the more impact players than the starting players, and it seems to be the case every time.
So it's all please coming off Berkovic.
Yeah, if he was injured, he might end up coming off the pitch at 60. We'll have to see, or any specific fitness. Grove kind of leave it to us to manage. So I know that we do a swap at the strikers if we've not scored. And other than that, we are free to manage a bit. So Berkovic needs to pick up his act, doesn't he? Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot going on for Atleti either.
It's surprising, really, when you look at the overall match stats. They're all running about a bit. All the conditions are running down a touch. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange one.
It is. Oh, I am yawning a bit tonight, but I'm not actually that tired. I'm just, I don't know, I'm not bored either.
It's the absolutely thrilling core commentary. I think
Yeah, he's Mr. Savage. We're delighted to get you on the show. Don't you worry about it. It's one of those things where sometimes I think I'm just not breathing enough, not getting enough air in. Let's take a little look at the sub plans Athletic, just in case I miss anything about the half time changes. New mails. 60 minutes. That's it, really. Okay. Unless they are under 82 now, which they're not. There we go. That's the longest half-time break for absolutely no reason. And blue versus blue. Will we get a goal before 60 minutes? I don't know. This is a game that's set up to have some late goals, surely. At post substitutes. Oh, it's happened again. He went off in the
game
first
changer,
match.
game changer.
So Mikhail Silvestre went off, sent off in the first match between the two. He's going off again now. And they have to go for 3 defenders or more. The only sub on the bench is Mike Duff. So he's going to come on as an auxiliary centre back, which means we will move Rio Ferdinand will just move over to the other side. Duff will come on here. And take a look at things here. Well, Elmander's done his groin in. Giggs has done his groin. Yeah, I bet he
Well, so
has.
there are
I
some good
bet he
points from
has.
this then.
So, I mean, the whole Van Nistelrooy, if he's not scored kind of thing, doesn't really matter too much in this situation. I'd be looking at the suggestion was to. I mean, what minute are we on here for subs? This is 57. We're going to do all the 60-minute subs now for both teams. So Van Nistelrooy is going to stay on, and Giggs is going to come off, and that will be Sigalko coming on for Giggs. The otherwise, what we'll do here is we'll remove the attacking mid, put Michael Hughes out wide, and Elmander will come off for Duff and do that. And I think that will be the best way of doing things here. I think that I can't see another way of doing these really.
Would you move Baron to where his run is to
You
keep the
see,
shape?
it is a thought, but it's almost like if we did, they'd be left with 4 at the back completely and be left very alone. It would be quite a gap.
True.
I think it is keeping him where he is and hoping that when they're on the ball, he'll make that run. But yeah, it's going to have to be that of removing those 2 and switching round. Ronaldinho can stay on. Van Nistelrooy has to stay on for that. Yeah, let's do only other 2 subs. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be that way. And Big Noopy, I hope that's all right with you. For Grove, we'll make their subs at this point, and it will be Cole coming off, but it will also be Lauren's definitely coming off, isn't he, at this point? So would
Yeah,
you?
what's he got going on?
I'm going to say it's another groin. Oh, it's a foot. Now I don't know about you, but how it looks to me is Finnan to the right and Lauren Robert going on. Let's go with that then. Finnan to the right and Robert. And everybody else keeping for seconds. Now, would you keep Robert there or move Berger and swap with Robert?
Personally, I think I'd leave them as they are there.
We'll do that then. That is fine by me. As well as unsure. I think Berger can play better central. John Curtis has pulled in the equaliser. Wow. It's certainly got all the hallmarks of an improved game in the last 20 minutes, hopefully. It better do. It was good from 5 minutes. And it's very much Grove coming forward at this point. Who knows? It's Dario Silva.
He's
Oh,
in.
Grove have turned
He's
this
in.
around completely. And the substitute scores again. And Silvestre has cost the team.
What a result.
Grove do it again. That is outstanding.
I mean, I don't like to brag that I did pick a Grove win.
You
So.
did pick a Grove win. You did. I mean, who cares about what the scoreline was? You picked it. Steve Finnan transferring over to the other side ends up man of the match.
What a game! What a result!
That's huge. That is absolutely huge. Ball in play 65 minutes. All right, Sylvester's red card, the turning point there. Fifey submitted his Flamingos team. I've just received a message with the team. Just have a look at his formation to let anybody know who he's playing against on Monday. He's playing 11 players. That's quite good, isn't it? That's good. So the goal in the second half, the red card, second yellow after barging Cole in the back. His first yellow card was foul by holding back Cole.
It's just silly yellows to give away, isn't it?
Targeting him, bullying
cost his team.
And Berger it is who's I assume he's crossed it in, but I don't know. Berger picked up the loose ball. Atleti withheld the pressure, and Curtis ended it. So I don't know. Oh, he's playing Tato, isn't he? Whoever he's playing against. The other goal. So Bartes parries D'Alessandro chance, and Dario Silva scores. Well, sensational. And for the first half, where he thought we've not done a lot, I mean, Sean Davis is at least putting 3 successful tackles. But wow, yeah, superb. Well done, Stu. It's one of those things where the team have really put themselves into the perfect position. For Atleti, just take a look at that. I mean, what was... is it Silvestre the only downfall, or is there something else about the team there?
I mean, it's the obvious one, isn't it? But look at some of those tackle rates. They're not great. 7 from 11, 6 from 13. It's not great.
Especially not when you're used to like Aspin and Jamieson and all those players putting in excess of 58 tackles a game.
But you look at you're not talking about the lower league of players there, though, are you? From Gattuso, you'd expect them to do a bit better than that.
And very interesting there that 4 tackles from Silvestre, 4-1, 4 key tackles, but yet he made 3 fouls, 2 of them were yellow cards. 3rd to 6th, all 1 tonight. Round here, really, Atleti were in there, and who was the other team in the top ones there? I can't remember it was before the game. I'm not going to check the table at that point, but yeah, you might be right. Stackington closing in. Oh, you can see the table right there, can't you? Of course. Round here, really, Trumpton, yeah, back in the title race. I'm going to back in the race for 3rd, but I don't know. I don't want to go up to that division. That was not my plan.
It's nice down here.
Ortiz versus Targetti Rangers. this one. I mean, Ortiz. I mean, who's in charge of them these days?
Well, that would be myself,
Yeah,
my good
yeah.
self.
Well, you still, yeah. No, it's been great to see the turnaround that Ortiz have put in now. The manager has been put in, a new manager in place, a manager who I'm going to say the word cares. So I'm going to put it absolutely
Absolutely
bluntly. A
care.
manager who cares about his team. And last match out, that training. Yeah, imagine we looked in training and you'd rigged all this training stuff. That'd be interesting. So yeah, it's 1-0 last time out to Atleti, which anyone can be Atleti, you've noticed, apart from yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And myself, I think I conceded, I think I've a net loss of something like -6 this season against them. So yeah, a team change for today, formation change, everything as it is,
Yeah,
I hope.
I mean, I like to change it up a bit. Try out, uh, try out a few different things.
Is that not what you thought was initially Mendes back at centre back?
No, do you know what? He was put there as a bit of a punishment last game, and then he didn't whinge. He was all right, so he's got another shot.
And chance to score his first goal. He's 20 for finishing and
There
17 off
is
the ball.
there has got to be goals in this team somewhere. I'm just not convinced. I know where they are.
Yeah, this season, what have we got? A total of 11 for the team. Only bettered in a negative way by Dangley's. So, yeah, there must be some goals. Why did he play at centre back?
Well, he
Yeah,
played at centre back because I had no other defenders. Yeah, they were all out injured or
and you figure that
suspended.
his 5 for tackling was best.
It literally was. It was him or Tepe. So yeah, yeah, he was the best centre back that I had.
Imagine playing, he should have played more than him. That would
I
have been
was
great.
very tempted, very tempted.
Yeah, it was an absolute crisis last time out. There were a lot of suspensions and injuries and people only just coming back. And the fact that this team only has 4 defenders to start with is a real issue.
It's
So
a handicap.
yeah, I think once you pick your new side for next season, things will be very different, and we'll hopefully see
More
some
than four
experimental
defenders.
sides still. Yeah, 14. The Jers, top of the league. Potato's already going 1-0 to you. He's confident. I'm just checking if Zari needs a contract to be offered it now. He will be offered a contract. There we are. It's
I think
sorted.
he'd be best off rejecting his contract request, to be honest. Punishing the rest of the squad while they're at it.
Last time out, imagine that. A win over Rugby by a goal, and yeah, Fifey's here trying to sum things up. Really, he needs Ortiz to drop points, but doesn't want the Jers to run away with the league. Quinton wants Ortiz to win, but he's going for 1-1. And again, I mean, they've run the changes a little bit in the team today. Some enforced, I think, and others like Elber and Brocek is the strike force today.
It's a very attacking formation, isn't it? But they are coming up against that defensive trio.
The ultra defensive trio, and it will be interesting. What I mean, I don't think you want to predict your own result necessarily, but I'm going to make you.
Um, I think I'm going to agree with Tato and go with a 1-0 Ortiz win, I think.
Happy times, if so, for you. Let's see what can happen. I'm going to go for. If we're going to make one prediction, let's say yellow card for John Newton. Okay, so the game is underway, and at the moment we are nicely poised at 0-0, but the chances hit the post already for the Jers. They've come close to going. Riquelme's done the same as well. It's 2-0 on shots on the post, but it's 0-0 overall, and Emerson has gone off injured, and he's ready-made replacement of Barry Ferguson. He's going to step straight onto the pitch. And another one off the frame. This time it's Aymar. 3 chances. Oof. Living a charmed life, this goal. They've been denied a chance. Steve Phillips has been making saves as well. This is very much a one-way thing here. Nicky Franco's put the ball wide. We've left. Oh, Phillips has made some more saves. Playing a great role. Playing absolutely superb there. And still coming into half time. Can they hold out? Brochek, Aymar, I think, did that hit the bar or just go over the bar? Wow. It's nearly half time. And there Elbert, in the
Ah,
200th minute of injury time, scores the goal. Yeah, that seemed to just be going on forever, didn't it?
that was an absolute battering.
Yes, but only 3 shots on target. But if you count at least the 3 that hit the frame, they've come very, very close on a few occasions.
Yeah, one-sided so far. This.
Very, very one-sided. Only 2 fouls in 45 minutes.
Maybe varies a bit strong. Yeah, a bit one-sided.
35 minutes of ball in play, quite high. The injury time is probably the biggest part of the match report. Yep, it is. Brochek into Elbert, who scores. Of course, it's one-sided. Yeah, not wrong at all. Barakat has done his best with his passing. He's tried.
Yeah, there's nobody I'm hugely picking out as being absolutely waste of space in there.
No, I mean
There's
Rocco
usually
looks like he
somebody.
might be a bit injured. I guess. Yeah, he's potential thigh injury. I mean, Willie Jameson again, doing what he needs to do. Adamidis as well, both doing a solid job in defence. They're doing
It's
their best.
not much to say, is there? It's even Mendes is putting a few passes together.
He's on his customary 6, so yeah, he's doing all right. The Jers, anyone on a 5 will come off at this point. Nobody is on a 5. All
I'll leave mine till 60.
my requests for these are 5s at 45 and 6s at 60. There's no requests for injury substitutions. Obviously, we've made the one injury substitution as it is for the enforced change. They've not inspired. They've not inspired, and I think Aymar, I wouldn't be surprised if Aymar has hit the frame 3 times during this game. Let's have a look and see what's happened. I'm pretty sure we could find some shots. So Elber's hit the upright early on. Then we've had Riquelme hit the post. Aymar's hit the frame. This is quite. We've had 3 shots off the frame. Just over the bar was the other one. So yeah, 3 shots off the frame of the goal. And Aymar's missed every other chance. So, 60
Is
minutes.
he could have been injured?
Years a bit, but yeah, there's no request to make that. And there's a goal for Brochek, who's on a 10 now. Skim the top of the bar for the OTs. And Brochek with another chance. It's looking quite likely that we're going to get a De Gers win and keep it at the top of the table. Substitutions, first of all, of course, for OTs. Looking at the ratings there. 6s all the way down from Whitley and with Jackson as well. Condition wise, Rocco Jameson. Stamina's low. He's not injured.
It's just an out man. Leave him alone. Uh, bring. Um, see, not used to having to make these snap decisions.
You got the same time to think about it. So, yeah, I don't know. I can make the changes for the opposition first and come back to you.
Yeah, go on, make them first.
So, 6s and belows at this point for the opposition. We'll make any changes necessary. It's just a 1. This is Walter Samuel coming off. And it's going to be Okoronkwo. There's no injury subs for the other team. Barry Ferguson on 6, yes, I'm aware of that one. But he's also only played for 45 minutes, just under. or just over when you consider injury time. Back into OTs.
Right. So let's something a bit different here. So bring Morrison on for Rocco,
For his modern life.
and then just swap Morrison and Newton.
Leave it out.
Yep, good to
Anything
go.
else?
Oh, forward run on Morrison.
To the striker or attacking mid?
Right the way up.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, fucked off. The Steve Phillips arrow. Just the one change?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, leave it at
there we
that.
go. So, any more subs needed, we will find out. Any more action, we will find out. The answer currently is no. Going forward there, oh, Barakat with a chance it was. Moylan up top was the hope in the Manninger kind of style. Would have been pretty good, but it's approaching full time. Otis is doing their best to quell the things. There's Ashley Cole going off injured. And yeah, I mean, it's right in the game, isn't it? They're not going to concede 2 goals. Yeah, held out. Stefan Kloss came on and got his appearance fee. So lovely. Yeah, I mean, you got a shot on target in the end.
Not a lot to say. It's just outclassed, I think. Not a lot else can say about that.
No, the shares are going up. We know that. We know that. Thank you very much, Tato, for being here. Yeah, decent result. All being said there, solid result. Done your best. Just the way that the team are, just not as good as these overpowered teams. But that's the way we said in the league. Pick what you want. Many more concepts coming for next season. I keep getting people telling me about different ideas, and it's great to see that this league is going to weaken in overall strength, but in the competition will certainly increase. Zari's done a good job there. He's just the way he's taken on Marchant over a period of time and then crossed it in and Brockshire with the finish.
Starts.
Yeah, they're not the worst. They're not the worst, are they? Lots of sevens. Aspin, Jameson winning tackles. Adaminis doing what he's do just about.
Have plenty of the ball, put plenty of tackles in, plenty of headers. You look at the stats, you can't really criticise any of them. It's,
No.
they've put a good shift in of the lads, but it's just not their day.
No criticisms, just clearly the other team are a lot stronger. And they haven't necessarily shown it this game, but when they've had the ball, they've put it a bit better. Yeah, Nicky Franco, one header. Rocek, one header. Riquelme, one header. They've been beaten by the likes of Jameson and Adaminis and all that, I guess. But yeah,
Oh, I was genuinely disappointed. Can't get anything out of that.
and we will see if we can get a point in future games. Fifey is saying here that if Gondor win and Otis lose next time, then Gondor up to 12th. Results for today then we've had in our fixtures 3 draws. Dangley Zarakas, Gondor Roundhay and Radaby Rail E. And then after that, Grove with the big result there. 2-1 winners over Athletic. And OT's been beaten 2-0 that final game we just saw. Stackington with a 3-0 win over 76ers and Blues beating Trumpton. So absolutely right, 3rd to 6th. No wins for them. And of the bottom 4, only one team to lose. Sorry, Mike. Into the table. And look at that there. Blues to Roundhay. 10-point gap. And there's only 6 games to go.
Still up for grabs.
All up for grabs. Apart from, of course, looking down here, we see that Dangley's if they were to lose their next match, then they would be unable to finish outside the bottom three, and they'd be the first team to be condemned to that situation. Same could happen to Gondor though. If Grove were to pick up a point and Gondor didn't, they would be unable to finish outside the top. That's outside the bottom three. No relegation, of course. We know that from this division, and the gap from 12th to 11th is absolutely huge. 12 points. Grove bringing themselves back right into that battle. Looking a bit higher up the table, Araka's Radaby 76ers separated by just 2 points, and Araka's and Radaby both picked up 1 point during that game. Then a 9 point gap, a huge, huge gap from 76ers to Stackington. But now Stackington to Athletic is just a point, and this is looking interesting towards the end of the season. It's going to be all on teams like Athletic and Junction to hold on to that position, I would say.
Yeah, be third down to seventh.
Who are you going to
Very
tip for
close.
third? I've not heard of them
You
before.
know, I'd go with Athletic.
So to pick up some form, to
Yeah, they
avoid
found the
Silvestre red
striking
cards,
boots. They found the striking boots again recently.
but then got beaten by Grove. It's just so
Yeah,
hard to
yeah,
say. So hard to say. Yeah, I think it's going to come from round here really, or Trumpton. If I'm going to, round here's recent form is pretty good. I'm gonna say it's going to be third place. Next fixtures, of course, we will take a look at next fixtures. We're just going to have a quick look at the team of the week. It's an interesting team of the week. It features no less than 11 players. Woody Gary's in there, Zauri and Cole as fullbacks, Pellegrino into team of the week. That was unlikely earlier in the season. With Njai, Zeriberto, Vieira, Totti, and Finnan in midfield, and up front Van Nistelrooy of Blues, and Yahya. Substitutes Dudek, Brocek, Said, Van Nistelrooy, and Elber. Two Danglies players have made it into the team of the week squad, so good for them. Next fixtures, we got Athletic versus Trumpton, Blues versus Stackington, the Jers versus Reilly, Danglies versus Gondor, Los Aracas versus Grove, and Roundhay versus Radaby. And I assume the interesting fixture has got to be this one here of Danglies versus Gondor.
Rumble in the Jungle. Looking forward to that one.
And with OTs, we can notice that there's no OTs. They'll be playing Sunday.
Yeah,
They'll be playing 76ers on the Sunday, which I assume also means that we have got coming up for 76ers a European game on the Thursday beforehand. So on Monday night, while we have the game from the Division 1, the two games in Division 1, we'll also play 76ers versus Strasbourg. After they'd beaten the 4 in the first leg, we'll play the second leg, so that will be done on Monday night. And then there'll be a gap through to the weekend for the fixtures. So, yeah, it's got some interesting football here. Just a reminder of those fixtures that are up there. It's, yeah, 6th versus 5th. I think if
yeah.
one of the teams wins there, then the other team has got to really question whether they're going to be getting up into that battle. Blues versus Stackington. Can we have a team promoted next round? Is the question, I suppose. 5 games to go. The gap currently is 13 points. I mean, theoretically, the Jers could go up next game, and they're playing really.
Yeah, you're the master man on that.
So
That's far too many numbers.
they would go 16 points clear of them, and if Trumpton failed to win by drawing with Atleti, or even Atleti winning that game, then we would see the Jers being promoted with 5 matches left.
Who've they got?
The Jers are playing against Reilly, I think. Yeah, and that's why they could do it.
couple of cracking games there then.
Yeah, and this is all be next weekend. Next weekend, the matches there should be Saturday night, all being well. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Gonna get it through to the. I'm not gonna get it through to the Thursday night. On Monday, we'll click it through to the matches so that people can have a check at their squads. That'll be the plan to do there. Mike, have you enjoyed your first spell on commentary?
It's great as always. Even more stressful somehow. Well, I'm not sure why.
Stressful. I think it's sometimes it's just
Just
very much.
especially when you got your own team playing, it's a case of leave yourself on mute. We don't swear on this stream, do we?
Well, I don't. I am the only one. Well, not necessarily the only one not to have, but well, you haven't. So yeah, of course. But keep it handy for comms Saturday. Oh, Fifey, there's a backlog of commentators at the moment. We've got next week should be Big Kid in from Trumpton, followed by the week after that, hopefully Really's Matt Lucas, and then the week after that for commentary would be Loz Hughes from 76ers as it stands. All right, GSBR commentators coming up. Swear loads when you're on. Nah, you've.
Bullshit.
There we are. But yeah, we will at some point definitely like to get you back on again, Fifey, for commentary. I mean, but there will be a vacancy for Friday night most likely if you want us to do Flamingo's game, which is your team, of course. So that can be
Well
doable.
lined up.
Yeah, we can do that. Certainly, we get. I think Division One commentators are a bit harder to come by than Division Twos at the moment. But we'll look to the end of the season, get as many different people as possible.
Yeah, hopefully you all haven't suffered too much tonight listening to my dulcet tones.
No, we got good commentary coming on from Quinton saying that, and I know that Tato enjoyed your commentaries as well. So yeah, all good. And yeah, thank you very much to everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Good night.
Cheers, everybody.